This is Arthur Piccolo, co-founder of the Lower Manhattan Historical Society. Right now, you are looking at Alexander Hamilton U.S. Custom House as it appears today. The scene was very different here 250 years ago, November 1st, 1765, the date of a very important event in American history leading up to the American Revolution. That was the day of the Stamp Act protest, which involved the whole city protesting actions by the British government. We are going to gather right here at the very site that you're looking at in front of the Custom House, which was then the fort, the British fort. And we will recreate, we will honor the patriots of 250 years ago who gathered for the Stamp Act protest. This is an event, this is an anniversary, number 250, the kind of thing that we as Americans and New Yorkers should pay more attention to. As many of us as can should gather here on Sunday, November 1st at 4 p.m. It's an event that is co-sponsored by the Lower Manhattan Historical Society and most of all, the American History Roundtable and one of its leaders, John CARRIEL, who's made a magnificent effort to make sure that we remember and celebrate and honor the 250th anniversary of the Stamp Act protest. It is my great pleasure now to introduce Jonathan CARRIEL to tell you himself about November 1st, 2015, and what we will be accomplishing on that day coming up.
Hello, I'm Jonathan CARRIEL, and we are standing here just in front of Bowling Green, Lower Manhattan, and we are planning to have a 250th anniversary commemoration of the Stamp Act protests of New York City right here at Bowling Green on Sunday, November 1st, 2015 at 4 p.m. These will involve some people. We have a sort of mashup of the 1765 protests with the way we do things in 2015. So it should be entertaining. People are going to come in costume and we'll carry placards. We also expect the historian Thomas Fleming. Our commemoration is going to be exactly 250 years to the day, to the hour, in exactly the same place. This is one of the fascinating historical things about it. The original protests were on November the 1st, 1765, towards the evening. And they were critically important because they were the first time that New York particularly had come to absolute loggerheads with the British, and it was a very important effect throughout America because the British trained their cannons on the people of New York City. This was not precedented, and it would create an indelible memory among all these people that New York, among 13 others, declared independence just 10 and a half years later. So we will be standing and protesting right where the people stood 250 years ago in front of what was then a fort, which is now the Custom House, and where they faced down the British and eventually won the day. They were not fired upon. They could have been fired upon, and they knew that. So it was very, very brave, very gutsy. So we do hope you'll come join us on Sunday, November 1st at 4 p.m. It's located right at the plaza in front of the Custom House, south of Bowling Green, right next to the Lexington Avenue Bowling Green subway station. So we do hope you'll come and join us 4 p.m. Sunday, November 1st.